Let me ask you something serious. Why are people earning more money than their parents ever did, but still feel broke? Why are people making good salaries and still living paycheck to paycheck? Why are relationships breaking over money? Why are friendships ending over money? Why are people avoiding family gatherings because they feel financially behind? This is not a motivational speech. This is not hype. This is not manifesting energy. This is real talk. We're going to talk about money, but not just numbers. We're going to talk about identity, pressure, debt, relationships, ego, fear, lifestyle, and the life most people pretend to have. Here is the first truth. Most people are not broke because they do not earn enough. Most people are broke because they do not think long term. Let me tell you a story. There was a man earning 6 figures a year. Nice apartment, luxury car, designer clothes, vacation pictures every few months. From the outside, he looked successful. One day someone asked him a simple question. If you lose your job tomorrow, what happens? He went silent. He had credit card debt, a car loan, no emergency fund, 2 months of savings, no real investments, 6 figures in income, but financially fragile. And here is something most people do not realize. A large percentage of people earning high incomes still live paycheck to paycheck. Income does not equal wealth. Wealth is what survives when income stops. Let that sink in. Now let us talk about why it feels harder today. Inflation has risen sharply in recent years. Rent has increased dramatically in many cities. Groceries cost more. Interest rates are higher. But salaries have not increased at the same pace. If inflation is 8% and your raise is 3%, you are losing purchasing power. You are quietly getting poorer. But social media does not show that reality. Social media shows luxury, soft life, travel, celebrations. What it does not show is debt. Easy credit has made spending painless. Buy now, pay later. Low monthly payments. Zero down. But small payments add up. Here's another story. A couple took out a loan for a wedding. The wedding was beautiful. Perfect venue. Designer outfits. Luxury catering. 2 years later, they were arguing about grocery money. They borrowed $30,000. With interest over 5 years, they paid back over $40,000. $10,000 in interest. For one day of celebration. Now imagine that same $30,000 invested long-term at a modest return. Over time, it could grow significantly. That is opportunity cost. Most people do not calculate opportunity cost emotionally. They calculate it financially too late. Let me tell you about someone else. He lived simply. No flashy car. No designer brands. Small apartment. People called him cheap. But he invested consistently. 5 years later, he owned rental property. He had dividend investments. He had no consumer debt. He did not look rich, but he built stability. Real wealth is often quiet. Debt is loud. Now let us talk about identity. For many men, money equals respect. For many women, money equals security. We can debate it philosophically, but financially, pressure reveals this truth. When a man feels financially inadequate, his confidence drops. When a woman feels financially unsafe, anxiety increases. Money does not create love, but financial instability creates pressure, and pressure exposes character. Many couples plan weddings before they discuss debt. They discuss honeymoon destinations before they discuss financial goals. They discuss chemistry before they discuss spending habits. Then pressure arrives, and pressure tests everything. Here is another story. A man lost his job during layoffs. He did not tell anyone for 2 months. He felt ashamed. He felt like he failed. Financial pressure is psychological. It affects sleep. It affects mood. It affects confidence. When people feel desperate, they take desperate risks. High leverage investing, speculative trading, Get rich quick promises. Let's talk about investing hype. During boom cycles, everyone feels like a genius. When markets rise, confidence rises. But when markets crash, reality returns. High returns always carry high risk. Consistency beats excitement. Diversification beats hype. Long-term discipline beats emotional reactions. Now let us talk about debt more directly. Credit card interest rates can exceed 20%. If you carry $10,000 at 20% interest, you are paying $2,000 a year in interest. That is money working against you. Debt is not evil, but high-interest consumer debt destroys wealth. Now consider lifestyle inflation. You get a raise. Instead of increasing investments, you increase lifestyle. Better apartment, new car, more dining out, more subscriptions. Your income grows. Your expenses grow faster. You look upgraded, but you are still fragile. True financial growth means assets grow faster than lifestyle. Delayed gratification builds freedom. Instant gratification builds dependency. Here is another story. A woman worked a full-time job, then drove rideshare at night, then ran a small weekend business. She made more money, but she was exhausted. Income without sustainability leads to burnout. Sometimes increasing skill value is more powerful than multiplying hustle hours. Let us talk about family pressure. When someone becomes the highest earner in their family, expectations increase. School fees, medical bills, emergency support. Helping family is honorable, but without boundaries, it creates financial exhaustion. You cannot be a safety net if you're standing on thin ice. Build stability first, then extend support strategically. Here is another truth. Money problems are often identity problems. Overspending can be emotional. Some people spend to feel important, to feel respected, to feel seen. But if nobody could see what you own, would you still buy it? That question reveals a lot. Now, let us talk about starting late. Someone began investing at 40 years old. They fell behind, but investing consistently over 20 years can still build significant financial growth. Compound growth rewards time and discipline. It does not reward ego. It does not reward comparison. It rewards patience. Here is another story. A couple lived below their means for 15 years. Friends upgraded houses, upgraded cars, upgraded lifestyles. They did not. At 50 years old, they had no mortgage. They had retirement investments. They had business equity. They had peace. Financial peace is invisible, but powerful. Now, let us address something directly. Nobody is coming to rescue you financially. Not the government, not your employer, not luck. You must decide to think long-term. You must decide to build margin. You must decide to build assets. Wealth is not about looking successful. It is about being stable when life shakes. Layoffs happen. Recessions happen. Medical emergencies happen. If income stops, what remains? That is your real wealth. Money amplifies who you already are. If you're disciplined, it multiplies you. If you are reckless, it exposes you. The goal is not luxury first. The goal is stability first. The goal is not applause. The goal is peace. The goal is not to impress strangers. The goal is to protect your future. Money is not everything, but without money, everything becomes harder. So here is the real question. Are you building an image, or are you building a foundation? Because image fades, but foundation holds. That is real talk, and that is the truth nobody tells you.